Welcome back to the 90 More Podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. The Premier League is back, and that means the 90 More predictions are also back as well. We're going to be predicting every single game on match day 5 in the Premier League and giving you a simple betting prediction for you to get some money over the weekend. Game number 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers take on Liverpool this Saturday early kickoff. Now, Wolverhampton Wanderers have problems. They don't defend very well, and they don't score goals as well. Liverpool, on the other side, are flying. Dominic Szoboszlai, one of my best signings so far. Darwin Núñez is also in fire. Mohamed Salah is looking like the Salah we know. In my opinion, Liverpool will actually blow away Wolverhampton Wanderers on Saturday. They're away from home. The Molineux is not one of the stadiums that you're afraid to go to anymore. I think Wolverhampton Wanderers have lost that kind of touch at home. They no longer have that kind of grip. They no longer have that kind of threat, that kind of desire to pick up points and entertain the home crowd. So Liverpool 4, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. For me, the betting prediction in this one, if you want to bet on it, it is an over 2.5. Liverpool will comfortably win this game and go on top of the table. Game number 2 on a Saturday will be Fulham hosting Luton Town at the Craven Cottage. One thing we've seen with Fulham this campaign is they are not afraid to play good football. They are not afraid to take on opponents, and without Alexander Mitrovic, they can still score goals. Now, I think their effectiveness and efficiency will eventually come down without Alexander Mitrovic, but these games, Luton at home, Sheffield United when they come to the Craven Cottage, these are games that Fulham are going to win comfortably because they've got the quality and they've got that experience as well. My problem with Luton Town is I don't see that kind of quality that can actually pose a threat against a team like Fulham, against a team like Wolves, against a team like Tottenham. They don't have that kind of quality. They're a good Premier League side, in my opinion. Like, they will give us some entertaining fixtures, but I just doubt them. I really do. Can they do something in this game? Probably. Cameron Archer and a couple of other players could actually give you that kind of quality you're looking for. But I'm gonna go Fulham 3, Luton Town 1. I think they will score, right? I think Luton will score, but they will lose this game 3-1. Tottenham Hotspur in game number 3 of the weekend will be hosting Sheffield United. Tottenham Hotspur are flying. James Maddison had his call up for the England national team. That is one of the positives actually for Maddison, but also for Spurs. That is one of the things that are actually helping the confidence of their starman in James Maddison. Tottenham in the last game, they beat Burnley 5-2, and that actually explains what is going to happen in this game. Tottenham beating Burnley 5-2. It means that they have beaten the best promoted team 5 goals. It might actually be difficult for Sheffield United to come here and even put in any kind of display. So for me, Tottenham Hotspur 5. Again, I'm going to back them to score 5 again. Sheffield United 1. Now, I like Sheffield United. Now, I'm sorry, I talked about Cameron Archer for Luton. Cameron Archer plays for Sheffield, and he's one of the signings that I absolutely love. Like, he's one of the players I absolutely love in the Premier League. However, overall quality of this team does not inspire me. I think the manager and the team are really putting in a shift. They're trying to do much better than any of promoted sides. I just don't think Sheffield United are going to give us the quality against a team like Tottenham Hotspur. They will win some games this campaign, but this one, Tottenham 5, Sheffield United 1. On Saturday still, we have a big one. West Ham will be hosting Manchester City at the London Stadium. Is it time for Manchester City to drop points? Is it time for West Ham to actually go on top of the Premier League table by beating Manchester City? West Ham have started off very well, beating Brighton 3-1. That is one of the performances that actually highlight a clear improvement in the trajectory of this team, as well. But what I would say in this one, Manchester City are a powerhouse. Manchester City are miles better. And actually, I might be boring, but I'm going to say this. You might see me predicting Manchester City to win every single game they play in this season. I'm sorry. So this one, away from home, Manchester City at the London Stadium, I just don't see them crumble. I just don't see them struggle. Like, West Ham have not had any good shifts under David Moyes against the Big Six side. They always lose those games. They always find a way of losing those fixtures. But at home, they have done it before. At home, West Ham have picked up a 2-2 draw against Manchester City. We have seen it. Jared Bowen scoring twice. So I'm going to back West Ham in this one. West Ham 2, Manchester City 2. It's going to be a tight one, but Manchester City might surprise us by blowing West Ham away. But I'm going to go West Ham 2, Manchester City 2. If you want to bet on this one, let's go with the Manchester City X2. It will happen. Man United on the same evening, on Saturday at the same time, will be hosting Brighton at the Old Trafford. I think Man United are desperate. United are purely desperate. Now, they have a lot of shambolic crisis going on. Jadon Sancho training alone. Antony suspended indefinitely. And a couple of injuries that are actually hurting them. But the question for Erik ten Hag, can he actually lead Manchester United as a clearly astute general? Can he lead his army through this crisis until the end of the tunnel? Now, for me, Man United this campaign have problems with them. They really struggle to score goals. They really struggle to keep balls out of their net. Andre Onana, as the new goalkeeper, has done well. He has proven to them that he will be a key asset. But defensively, Man United are really a big shambles. They do have injuries as well. If you've not watched the preview we've done on Man United Brighton, make sure you check it out. It's already out on the channel. So Man United Brighton, I'm going to back Brighton 3-1. United, however much I really think they have that kind of respect and that kind of reputation at home, not this time. Absolutely not this time. So Manchester United 1, Brighton 3. I will be surprised if Manchester United actually pick up a point in this game. Now, they have a very good record against Brighton at home, but that shouldn't warranty them anything in this game. They are not at the mental well-being to actually go and beat Brighton, even if it's at home. Aston Villa take on Crystal Palace is one where Aston Villa will be looking to bounce back. They suffered a totally humiliating defeat to Liverpool in their last Premier League fixture. Crystal Palace have started off very well. They're now their side that really looks to pick up points that are expected of them, and they're a side that looks to pick up points where you don't expect them to. This is a game where Crystal Palace will pick up some points. So I'm going to go Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 1 as well. Might have been a high-scoring fixture, but Crystal Palace will sit back, just kind of stay in shape, make sure you don't consider a lot of goals against Aston Villa, and then maybe catch Villa on the break. Eberechi Eze could actually be on the score sheet in this game. 1-1 at the Villa Park. If you want to bet on this one, how about you go for an under 3.5? I don't see as many goals in this game. Although Villa are really open at scoring goals and creating chances, I think Crystal Palace will actually contain them. The last game on Saturday is Newcastle versus Brentford. Now, Newcastle, they have lost 3 of their opening 4 Premier League games, but we've got to remember, at the St. James Park, they are beaten a club as good as Aston Villa 5-1. That means that they have the quality, and that means that if you are not absolutely aware, they will destroy you. My problem with Brentford is they are good this season, but are they really that good? Have they played a team to give them the real challenge this campaign? I don't think so. This is going to be the real challenge for Thomas Frank's men, and I don't see them survive this game. Newcastle will be trying to bounce back. I think Eddie Howe is going to be under a lot of pressure. He wants his players to prove that they can actually handle the pressure. I'm going to go with a Newcastle win here. Newcastle 3, Brentford 2. If you want to bet on this one, both teams to score, that one is a sure one, but you can also go for an over 2.5. That is also a sure run as well. So 3-2 for Newcastle. Brentford, it is high time they began the real test. On Sunday, early kickoff, Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium will be taking on Chelsea. Chelsea are dominating games. Chelsea are creating chances. Chelsea are stingy when it comes to giving away goals, but Chelsea are not winning games. So maybe this is the kind of game where Chelsea have to start to build some kind of a run. Maybe 6 games, maybe 7 games, a winning run. With Bournemouth, they're improving. The new manager is actually doing a lot in terms of improving the squad and the way they play and the way they actually, set up. I like their new setup. I like the way they behave like a real Premier League club right now. You can no longer go through them easily, and you can no longer, score those ridiculous goals against them. So Bournemouth, however much I think Chelsea will want to win, the Vitality Stadium this campaign is going to be a hard ground to go to. I don't see Chelsea pick up a point here. Chelsea 1, Bournemouth 1. It's a game where Chelsea might lead early. They will be equalized, and it might actually go until the 90th minute, and then Bournemouth find an equalizer. So 1-1, Bournemouth versus Chelsea. And I'm also going to say, if you want to bet on this game, you can go with an X2. Chelsea to win or draw. Everton at the Goodson Park will take on Arsenal. An interesting statistic in this one, Arsenal have not won at the Goodson Park since Arsene Wenger was manager. So since the 2017-18 campaign, Arsenal have not won at the Goodson Park. This similar fixture last campaign ended in a 1-0 defeat to Arsenal. Of course, Everton scoring and winning that game through Tarkowski. Now, Arsenal are flying, but are they really flying? That's the big question with Arsenal. Everton are struggling. They have not won a single game this campaign. Even games where you thought they would actually win against Sheffield actually stood up and put in a very good performance, better than them. I think Arsenal will win this game for the first time, but it's gonna be a tough game. So I'm going to go Arsenal 2, Everton 0. Right, I might have gone with a 2-1, but Everton, they're still uninspiring. I'm not really sure they are ready for the task right now. So Arsenal 2, Everton 0, Saka on the score sheet, and Kai Havertz on the score sheet as well. Okay, obviously when I predict Arsenal games, they come true. The last game of the weekend will be between Nottingham Forest at the City Park or City Ground and Burnley. Burnley need to start winning games. Nottingham Forest have started the season very well. They're building that kind of momentum that you want your Premier League side to be building. And just to give you a betting prediction on this game, I think Nottingham Forest and Burnley will both score. So both teams to score here is actually in order on Sunday. However, I think Nottingham Forest will edge this game. We have seen them, they look to pin clubs that are not better than them. They look to put them under massive pressure and they look to retain possession. They're a compact side now, Nottingham Forest. They have elite wingers in now Gibbs White and Elanga. And Taiwo Awoniyi is becoming a problem for the Premier League. So let's go with both teams to score. And my prediction, Nottingham Forest 2, Burnley 1. Again, another game that Nottingham Forest will win at the death. I think in the 88th minute, 89th minute, that is when we will see a late winner for Nottingham Forest. Those are my predictions for match day 5. Let me know in the comment box below if you agree with me. If you disagree with me, why don't we start before and then we can do our reactions on Monday and mark ourselves out of 10. I'll see you right in the next one.